The next few days passed in a haze of paranoia. We met in secret, the attack having forged a strange, unwilling intimacy between us. We were no longer just teammates, we were co-conspirators. Reese, recovering with unnatural speed, became our strategist. Kalen, his rage honed to a protective edge, used his family name to deflect questions about the training accident. And I became a ghost, watching, listening, practicing my silencing magic on my own footsteps, on the whisper of the wind. One night we convened in my small room, our sanctuary. Reese was examining a shard of the enchanted wood. "The runic work is Old Gethic," he murmured. "Extremely powerful, highly illegal, designed to splinter and poison a wound against healing magic, a vicious brand of assassination." Kalen paced, a caged storm. Old Gethic runes are known by only a handful of mages. My father, the headmaster, the instructors of the high arcana. The attack had come from within. "The question is, who was the target?" I said, my voice low. "Your family has enemies, Kalen. Reese, your magic is feared, and I made a very public fool of you." Kalen stopped pacing and turned to me. The candlelight softened his arrogant features, revealing a raw weariness. "I was the fool, Ilara. I underestimated you. I was blinded by prejudice." He took a step closer, the air between us growing warm and thick. His voice dropped. "When that rafter fell, the only thing I saw was you acting to save me. You were a shield. I would have stood there trying to conjure a ward until it was too late." His confession, stripped of its usual artifice, left me breathless. His blue eyes held mine, and in their depths I saw the humiliation from the arena had finally given way to a grudging, profound respect that made my stomach flutter. I could feel the heat of his body, could almost hear the beat of his heart. "Some shields are meant to be broken," a soft voice interjected. Reese was watching us, his gaze intense and knowing. "But some are meant to protect what is most valuable." His dark eyes shifted from Kalen to me, lingering for a moment too long. "We cannot let this break us. The gauntlet begins in 2 days. We must find who did this, not for revenge, but for survival." He was right. I looked at them then, truly looked. Kalen, the golden prodigy, his power now a tempered, protective fire. Reese, the master of shadows, his quiet intellect a razor-sharp weapon. And me, the practical anomaly whose skills had saved us. We were a mismatched, impossible team, bound by an attack meant to tear us apart. Kalen moved to stand beside Reese, placing a hand on the back of his chair in solidarity. He looked at me, his gaze unwavering. "They tried to isolate us, to make us turn on each other." Reese's lips curved into a rare, genuine smile. "Instead," he finished, his eyes finding mine across the small room, "they have created something far more dangerous. They have created a weapon they won't see coming." In the quiet of my stone room, the lines of animosity and rivalry had been irrevocably redrawn into a triangle of fierce, desperate loyalty. We were no longer 3 individuals. We were a unit. As I met the gazes of the 2 powerful, complicated men who were now my sole allies, I knew one thing with absolute certainty. They would have to kill all of us to get to one of us, and we were not going to make it easy.